Hello, YouTube. This is Brad in Fort Worth, Texas. Wanted to do a video on the, this is the Sig Sauer 277 Fury round. This is the short barrel rifle. It's a 13-inch or maybe 13.5-inch barrel. Let's see, I don't need this. Sorry, I wish I had a camera with a wider lens, so it'd probably be kind of weird, some of this. But, so yeah, this is the Sig Sauer short barrel rifle chambered in 277. Also got the Sig Sauer suppressor, which is super convenient, just threads on. Here I can tell you. Or it's just got a thread on the muzzle brake. And so this little thing threads on like so. It's got a little lock here, boom. So oh, and I went with the Night Force optic. This is the 1x8 in the green color. I did not use the Sig Sauer. They're making one. It's like a Tango something that's the bronze kind of color that matches, I think, some of the coloring on the handguard and probably some other, I don't know, maybe the lower too. So the reason why I didn't go with that one is just because the Night Force, in my opinion, is a better optic. I love this thing. This, what is it, ATA-CR or some shit. But it's a 1x8 magnification. Real nice. You can see we got a little flip where you can basically flip it and go to a magnification of 3 or 4 or whatever you want. So you can go from a 0, basically a 1 magnification, which would be just like a red dot on a handgun, and then you can flip it to a higher magnification, which is super convenient. I wish I could show you, I don't know, maybe I need to get a camera or something that would allow you to look through so you can kind of see what the reticle looks like. But I'm extremely happy with this. And I will say the gun is super nice, very heavy, well built. The gun itself, the short barrel rifle, was around 4,000, I believe, maybe a little over 4,000. Then the suppressor was basically 2,000. And then the Night Force optic, which was, I think, around 3,500 or something like that. So, you know, it's close to a $10,000 rifle, especially when you add all this other shit onto it. It's a 2-stamper for the suppressor and the short barrel. But this was my first Sig Sauer rifle. And I think, like, you can do some barrel changes, I think, and go to a 308 or a couple of, I don't know if you can go to a 5.56 or not, but I hadn't really looked too much into that, which I think that's probably what you're paying for. Some of the cost is just the kind of modular, or the ability to change barrel calibers, or excuse me, rifle calibers with switching out a barrel. You may have to switch out a bolt carrier and possibly a magazine. I haven't looked too much into that part of it yet. And that's really just because I love the 277 round. I think it's awesome. Oh yeah, you do have a flip, or excuse me, a foldable brace or stock, whatever the hell it's called. Somehow. Well, it's probably just super tight, like a lot of them. So, okay. Well, at least I don't want to break the gun on camera. I'll wait till I turn the camera off to do that. So, yeah, extremely nice rifle. 277 Fury. I know a lot of people. They are basically kind of a lot of, not complaints, but just comments that I'd received when I were taking this to the range. And they were like, well, I don't understand. Why would you not just buy a 308? Because it's basically the same gun. So, I've heard that several times. And I think the thing that people are missing is that it's a short barrel rifle. So out of a 13-inch barrel, you're getting the same ballistics as the 6.5 Creedmoor. So, and they also have a couple, I left the other ammunition upstairs. They basically have a certain kind of ammunition that you can run with the 277. It's got like a little stainless steel kind of cap or end cap here. That is basically to be able to handle the amount of pressure. This is just a normal 277 round, just nothing special about this, just totally normal. It's the I can't even remember what the hell they're calling it now, but it's basically same round. It's got a stainless steel bottom on it to account for 80,000 plus PSI pressure. Now that's when you're kind of getting those crazy velocities and stuff like that. Now, again, it's a short barrel rifle, so you're getting the same ballistic velocities, your same velocities as a 6.5 Creedmoor. However, the 6.5 Creedmoor is going to be in an 18 or 20-inch barrel. So, why did I buy this gun? This is the one that I think the military is going to get away from the 5.56, the AR-15, and more of the AR-10, just around with some more power. So, the difference is between the 308 and this, or even the 6.5 Creedmoor, is that you're getting crazy velocities with the short barrel. So normally you lose velocities with a short barrel. Sig Sauer has made something that's pretty unique, I think, in a short barrel rifle with still super high velocities. Now, granted, that is out of that hybrid match ammunition, the one that's got the steel bottom on it. But I will say the gun itself is awesome. Extremely accurate. Maybe shoots a little bit. I mean, it shoots softer because of the suppressor. When I didn't have the suppressor on it, it kind of reminds me of a 308. Probably not quite as much recoil as a 308, but pretty close. So yeah, and just to kind of show you, and then the magazines, 20 round magazines, just like an AR-10. So the difference, hopefully you'll be able to see this. So this round is the 308. And this is the 277. So, let's see if I can get those. They're fairly similar. I mean, obviously the 308's got a larger diameter projectile. As far as, I don't know, the width of the casing, I don't know. The 277 may be a little wider. Maybe that's just to account for more powder. or it could just be my eyes. The cartridge is a little bit different, but they're pretty similar. I don't have a 6.5 Creedmoor cartridge, or I'd kind of compare that. But the cartridges are very similar. So this video is going to be a lot shorter than some of the kind of 2011 videos I do on some of the higher end 2011s. So I just wanted to show everybody this, and you should definitely get one because it is one badass rifle. I can't imagine there's a better short barrel rifle out here, especially getting these kind of velocities. Suppressor is awesome. The suppressor is expensive. So the reason kind of why the suppressor is, I think the retail price on it was $1,700. All in all, it's $2,000. Time you do your tax stamp and all that stuff. And so whenever I talked to Sig, they said that this particular suppressor is for the 277. And so they said if I were to use a different suppressor, due to the high pressures of the cartridge, I'd basically blow up the suppressor. It would make it bulge, if not crack. So, and you can tell, and everyone at the range, and whenever I was initially picking this gun up, the suppressor's fucking heavy. It's for a suppressor, it's super heavy, and especially not to be very long. It's fucking ridiculously heavy. Now, I like it as far as recoil and stuff like that. I don't mind the weight of things. I kind of prefer more weight, just because that helps. Let me see. So the entire suppressor is right about just under 7 inches. We'll just say 7 inches. Now, I have suppressors for 9mm and for 450s, for AKs, and damn near, I think every suppressor I have is at least 8 inches in length. I don't think I have anything shorter. I know they make some shorter ones out there. I think that they're modular. You know, you can probably reduce or take out some baffles to make it shorter, probably when you're shooting a smaller caliber round, and then add those baffles and stuff to it whenever you're shooting a heavier round. But it's by far the best suppressor that I've ever seen built, especially as far as weight and durability. It's pretty awesome. I know Surefire, that company, they make a couple of suppressors that are pretty nice, you know, a couple $1,000s. Of course, that may be for a 50 BMG. I can't remember offhand, but I will say Sig and this particular suppressor is pretty sweet. I was super impressed. I don't know how much the gun weighs. It's not fucking light though. It's pretty heavy, and rightfully so, to help recoil. But with the suppressor on there, it's pretty quiet. I mean, you know, it just sounds like a gush of wind. So yeah, I haven't done anything else with the rifle. I was thinking about, oh, you know what? Let me see let's see if we can get a trigger pull weight on this thing. That's something I haven't done. Let's see here. Let's see here. Five and a half. Let's do this again. So one thing I probably will do is put a lighter trigger. Yeah, 5 and a half. So 5.5 pound trigger pull weight. I'll probably do something closer to the 4 range, just because I like light triggers, and especially because I've gotten so used to it with the 2011s, like the Infinity and Atlas and Terran Tactical, even Staccato. The triggers are 2.5, sub 2.5 pound trigger pull weights. And so yeah, I'll definitely do that at some point to this. What I'll probably end up doing is doing like a binary trigger, because I do like that fucking being able to fire that fast. To pull and let go is 2 shots. I think that's pretty sweet. If there's anyone, I don't know if anyone watches these videos and knows, I would like to start doing fully automatic weapons. Basically, taking a Glock, taking something and turning it into an automatic. I know that's going to be a separate license for that. I will end up getting that, I think it's an 07 license for destructive devices or something like that. I think that license like $1,000 or $1,500, maybe $2,000. I think that's per year you have to pay that, or maybe it's every 2 years. At some point, I would like to get into that. So if anyone knows anyone about specifically turning firearms into fully automatic weapons, that is something I would like to do. Now that would be just for me personally, not for me to sell, because I do have my FFL and SOT now, so I'm going to start selling some guns. I sold an Infinity last week on Gunbroker, but I'm going to start putting some more stuff up on there. Kind of what I'm gotten into now is buying like Glocks and things like that, but putting triggers on them to get 3-pound trigger pull weight, putting Wilson Combat and Terran Tactical barrels, ported barrels, frames with slide cuts that are built for ports, for ported barrels. So I'm kind of, that's kind of why I've been absent the last couple of months, or probably 5 or 6 months since I've done a video. It's because I've been kind of basically just racking up inventory on a bunch of guns, mostly Glock and Sig, Canic. What was the other one? Oh, Smith & Wesson, Walther. So some of those guns, what I'm basically doing is trying to make those guns as fast as possible, as far as light trigger pull weight, light resets, lessening the amount of recoil from barrel porting and stuff like that. So you may see, or anyone that uses gunbroker.com, I wish I knew my username. I can't remember it offhand, but I will be putting some pretty cool shit up on there. Now, it'll be a Glock, but it's going to be the best Glock that you've ever put your hands on, as far as triggers, recoils, looks. Just trying to make those guns better, because it seems like the market for Glocks and Sigs and Smith & Wesson, there's a lot more money to be made in that market than there is for kind of selling high-end 2011s. And I think what I'm kind of finding out is most of the people making the money, which probably kind of like everything, are the people building the fucking guns. And eventually I would like to get to that point. So for now, it's basically trying to enhance your normal guns like Glocks and stuff. And I'm getting the Cerakote. I'm going to get into that. I've been basically acquiring all this blast cabinets, all that kind of shit. But at some point, I would like to start making some of these firearms, especially after handling the high-end 2011s and kind of knowing, you know, what you can do to enhance these guns, to even take a Glock and, you know, put $1,000 into it, which, yeah, it's double the cost of the gun. You know, you pay $500 for a Glock or whatever it is, and then you add another $1,000 to it. You know, it becomes a $1,500 or $2,000 Glock. However, it's not, you know, it's going to be a Glock that's more in line with a Wilson Combat or something like that, as far as, you know, being fast, having a good trigger, the look, and kind of adding some things to the gun to make it more visually appealing than just kind of your plain old Glock. So just want to do a video on this. Sig Sauer 277 Fury. Definitely, man, don't, you know, I get a lot of shit for this, and I don't know why, because I think people are just like, well, why wouldn't you buy a 308, or why wouldn't you buy a 6.5 Creedmoor? And I think that everyone's missing the point. Is it's a 13-inch barrel, even with the fucking suppressor, 7 inches, 13-inch barrel, you're at 20 inches, and that's what a 308 or a 6.5 would be. And you're getting the same velocity as a 6.5 Creedmoor. And the 6.5 Creedmoor is pretty sweet. As far as the velocity goes, that shit's awesome. And the distance that it can go at that velocity is amazing. So there's a couple of dudes out there that have done some videos like shooting 1,000 yards with this and a 6.5 Creedmoor. And dude, this gun, the 277 Fury, is fucking sweet. So, and like I said, since I have my FFL and SOT now, if anyone's ever looking for these things, now I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. But if there's any suppressors, any kind of gun, short barrel stuff, anything that requires tax stamps, you can use me now. Either for me to buy it and send it and run all your paperwork and all that, or what else? I think that's it. I don't know if I showed this side. So, real nice coloring too. The kind of bronze or coyote tan or whatever they're calling it. But yeah, real nice gun. Super impressed. Recommend everybody getting a Sig Sauer 277 and short barrel. Suppressed it, the Nighthawk, or with the Night Force, and shit's pretty mean. So, y'all be good.